My name is Thamis. I am originally from São Paulo, Brazil. I studied social communication and marketing for my bachelor degree. And I also did 2 years of industrial design. And today I work with interior design here in Seattle. I own an interior design studio. Part of my job, which is actually something that I didn't know I was going to experience, is actually being able to get into the life of people, of families that are transforming the space around them. And with that, they are kind of like transforming themselves as well. It's impressive that sometimes the exterior reflects on the interior and vice versa. So it's been very rewarding to see how people interact with the ending result of the projects. I know Chris through other friends. Actually, for a long while before actually starting the process with her, I heard about her work, about her personality, always had really good vibes from her. And I finally met her in São Paulo once, even before starting the process. So when I reached out to her, that was working for Microsoft, that was 2018. And then I was like planning to change careers, and I jumped into the coaching process to help me figure out the next step. When I started at Microsoft, was an opportunity that was brought to me, beautiful opportunity, but I was not feeling fulfilled. And I felt that I needed to kind of plan my career and see myself 10 years ahead. And didn't seem to me that Microsoft was the answer. And then I stopped and said, look, I think that throughout my life, my professional life, I kind of like never had the opportunity to stop and think about what I really wanted to do with my professional life. From an exterior point of view, there was nothing that would make me change careers. I loved my boss, and I was, in theory, I was supposed to be happy, but I was not. I was not feeling fulfilled. And more than that, I was kind of realizing that I was in a crossroads, in a professional crossroads. She did an exercise with me of reconciliation, and was nice because it touched some personal issues that I had, some, I don't know, beliefs that were somehow ingrained, and I didn't realize they were actually creating tension. So she did an exercise, and very actually smooth, was very impressive, because when I when we finished that session, I felt relieved in a way, and that episode contributed to the growing process that I went through in the next sessions. So I think that was beautiful to see the release of something that was like holding me back. And so because I wanted like to leave Microsoft to do something that I was like super into it, which is wine. So the wine industry, I've been studying wine, participating of certifications, traveling, studying, reading wine for a long time. It's kind of like my hobby, but also was something that at that point I was interested to explore and to find where in the wine industry I would have space to thrive. So I came to the coaching process close to the idea that I wanted to do something with the wine industry. And with this exercises and the sessions that Chris brings out to you, interestingly, there was like coaching here, other careers that I don't remember. And at the end, she said to me, something about design and remodeling houses seems really strong in your like what I'm seeing here. And like, seems like that you could be like really successful at that. I said to her, I listened to her, I said, remodeling? Interior design? Forget about this, Chris. That's never. It's a lot of work. I'm not going to do that. And she said, well, it's interesting. And then next session, something would happen, and she would bring that interior design or remodeling thing back again to the table. And I was like dismissing. And then it was funny because I left Microsoft to build an interior design studio and a general contractor company here in Seattle. And this is what I've been doing for the last 2 years. It's been an amazing journey, painful learning process as well. But it's funny because I think I was like reluctant to accept. And then at the end, this is what I'm doing. And I still think about doing something with the wine industry, but definitely not now. The biggest change inside me throughout the whole process was actually the awareness that was brought to me. And I think that having awareness, it's huge. Because it's like a self-educational. So it was actually this awareness of how strong I was, and how actually free I was to take control of what I wanted to do, right? Because I think at the beginning, I was looking for a permission to leave Microsoft, right? Because life was perfect. Why I was not fulfilled? And there are certain moments in your life that is just not. And then you have to, and I think at the beginning I was kind of like looking for a validation of these feelings. And at the end, I realized that, wait a minute, who needs to validate? Nobody needs to validate anything other than me. So that realization, like this freedom that this idea gives to you, I think is also a little bit of empowerment, that you see yourself in this positioning of being able to take control. I think that was like a nice breakthrough. So one of the things that caught my attention was actually the amazing menu, let's say, of tools Chris put at your, like, I don't know, I think it's like to put at your disposal to learn and to use it. So I am a very extroverted, scattered, creative person, which was something that actually I realized throughout the process. I never saw myself as a creative, but here I am. And then with that, I think the byproduct is that you are not very organized with the time management and resources and understanding how you actually can get more productive, because a bunch of the, like, especially if you are an entrepreneur, you really have to switch gears all the time, and this is very tiresome, like intellectually tiresome, right? Because you are like, when they talk one hour talking with a client, the other time you're like talking with a CPA, and you have to go to the field and you have to come back and talk with somebody that reports to you. So it's like, and then you have to do like to talk with the creative or to stop and create something for that particular project. So I think that Chris helped me to understand a little bit that I needed to be more thoughtful about how I prioritize and how I use my resource, because this concept that resource is always limited is interesting. So you will never have time to do everything you wanted to do in that time, in a certain period of time. So you have to actually prioritize and organize what you needed to do. So we had like, I had several insights on how to put my calendar together, how to divide my time, using like a minute counter to help me kind of like, okay, through this time window I would do this, and then I would move to that. And actually I can until today accomplish much more stuff doing what I learned from her in the process, which is pretty nice, and I'm super thankful because that became kind of like part. I incorporated that in my routine. I think what surprised me the most about Mandarina was that you can pick different coaching process, either professional or personal or other type, like I think executive or whatever. But I think at the end of the day, it's about you as a human being and how you wanted to portray yourself. Like your life is not like separated in different compartments. You were once. So once you start and you embark this process, it's impressive how you pull different areas of your life to like create whatever like career path that you're bringing, and how all of that actually is connected to each other. I think that was very, for me, impressed me like a lot, especially being through several transitions. That kind of hit strong, and I like it. It was like extremely powerful, but also subtle. And this is also something impressive. It's not something that, again, creates drama and makes you feel lost. No, it's something, it's a growing process, and supported by somebody that is guiding you. It's extremely valuable. It was very nice. She's an amazing human being and super professional, and actually super interested in people. So I think that doing the coaching process with her in specific is a very valuable experience, because she really cares about you. So it's like clear throughout the process that she's there for you, with you, and helping you walk through, even like sometimes, calling you back and say, no, you're not going to do this. So I think this is one of the superpowers that Mandarina has, for sure. But there is another one that I think is a consequence of having her leading, which is it is like the magic turnkey. It's not magic because I don't want to put this in a ethereal right word, but it's this kind of like when you turnkey to this connection with yourself, and then having that moment that you can say, wait, is that what's happening? So this is what I should pay attention to, especially when she does exercises where people talk about you and you see yourself through the lenses of other people. That is something that just like give you different perspectives. So being able to connect with that, like the coaching process bring like so much information, right? And I think that when you really connect with all of that and you make sense, I think that this is a big superpower. I would recommend it to anyone that is actually going through those questions about not only professional career, but those questions about who am I, and like who would I be in a certain time from now, because sometimes it's very difficult for, I'm not that person that likes planning too much, but at the same time, I think that is always healthy to see where you are right now, and it's super important, but also like how you build up to be like whatever goal you have 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now. So anybody that is having those kind of like life questions, I think would benefit tremendously. And also if you need like to grow professionally, to learn tools, to understand ways to manage people, to manage your time, to manage your career, that would be super valuable to do a coaching process with Mandarina.